Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Looks all right. I think this movie will probably be okay. Do I think it's going to save Marvel, though? No. I think it'll be one good movie. In fact, it's the only Marvel movie coming out this year. And then we're going to go right back into the normal slop. I read something the other day that the plan, you know how we used to have Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man? Well, now we're going to have Captain America Falcon, Captain Marvel, and Black Panther. Not T'Challa, Shuri. I'm sorry. Nothing against those actors, even Brie Larson. But you don't have even a fraction of the charisma that Robert Downey Jr. had and Chris Evans had. Even Hemsworth was great. All three of those actors were great in their own stuff, and together they were even better. Just, they can't carry it. Number one is all those characters had hit movies, too. Nobody likes Captain Marvel. I think that's pretty obvious from the performance of that movie. It lost like $200 million, I think was the number that got kicked out from those reports. At least that's what a lot of people were saying, like Valiant Renegade, who's really good with that stuff. He was saying about $200 million. So, yeah, it's gonna flush down the toilet because nobody cares about those characters. And then eventually they're going to do a reboot. They should do it after Secret Wars and just recast Iron Man and Captain America and bring them back. Will they do that, though? No. They're gonna go down. They're gonna go down the toilet with this stuff. However, Deadpool and Wolverine looks good. I think it will be a good movie. Is it going to save anything? No. But a lot of people are upset because this movie has the TVA in it, and nobody is saying, "Oh, I'm going to have to go watch Loki." You don't really need to watch Loki to understand what's going on here. They're probably going to explain it in 5 minutes and then move on. It's not a crazy concept. Also, I highly doubt this is the same TVA that Loki's running around in. Since there's multiple universes, I'm going to guess that there's multiple TVAs now. I'm just saying. So it's really not going to be a deal breaker for this movie. In either way, a lot of people watched Loki. They didn't watch the other shows. But I don't think it'll be a big deal breaker. However, some people are very upset about the comedy of this movie and the fact that it's tied to Loki, kind of. Here's someone saying She-Hulk was making the exact same type of jokes, and y'all said it was cringe. She's not Ryan Reynolds. And this movie seems to be better written. Obviously, what's going on here is they're talking about the pegging joke that he makes. And it's funny because, yeah, that is new for a Disney movie. But she made some cringy joke, and nobody thought it was funny. A lot of people probably don't find the joke he makes there funny either. However, the difference between Deadpool and She-Hulk is Deadpool at least has that first movie going for it, which just about everybody agrees is good. Nobody likes She-Hulk. The Rotten Tomatoes for users does not lie. And it's not just their IMDb, Metacritic. People seem pretty united in agreeing that She-Hulk is a dog shit show. People were saying she was too sexual. They were saying she came off as desperate and needy. She did. Deadpool is consistently being inappropriate with Colossus. Both are cringe. You're even cornier than. And that's what author John A. Douglas says. And apparently that makes him cringe. I disagree. The Colossus stuff was a little much. But it was still kind of funny. I mean, it's different in the actors. Like, obviously, Ryan Reynolds, tons of charisma, very funny guy, knows what he's doing. The only thing I know this actress from is She-Hulk, and she wasn't that good in it. I'm sorry. And I don't know how much that has to do with her or the direction and writing. I'm going to go ahead and actually give her a pass and say it was probably the directing and the writing, because she was made pretty unlikable. Like when she was, I don't know, lecturing Bruce Banner about how easy he's had it. That's a joke. Another take right here. I'm annoyed at all this. This'll save the MCU, or this is the lifeline they needed. Comments. The MCU has never been in trouble. The critical and audience reception is pretty much the same. The internet just decided that it fell off after Endgame by repeating it excessively. That said, this looks pretty amazing. Sorry, but the only real hit that they've had since Endgame was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I guess Spider-Man No Way Home, even though that was more of a Sony production. However, the ratings for everything have been shit, other than maybe Loki. And I don't even think Loki was that spectacular in its ratings either. But just about every movie has been catastrophic failure. Eternals, the Marvels, both fell badly. There was also, what was that other one? Shang-Chi didn't do that well either. Shang-Chi is what people should be calling him, but apparently it's been changed to Shang-Chi. But anyway, that movie didn't do that well. I don't even think Wakanda Forever did that well when you compare it to the original Black Panther movie. So, yeah, Marvel has fallen off. And I'm not even talking about the ratings for the Disney Plus shows. Those are really bad. None of them have been bangers other than maybe Loki Season 1. And by banger, I mean the ratings. The ratings, I think, were good for that one. The rest were not. Here's another one. You know what's not remotely surprising? That I'm seeing no one complain about having to watch 2 seasons of Loki to understand Deadpool and Wolverine. The way they complained about having to watch Miss Marvel and WandaVision to understand the Marvels. I do YouTube. Well, okay. The TVA is different than 2 main characters that are a part of the movie. Nobody watched Miss Marvel. Not a lot of people stayed for WandaVision. I think WandaVision did okay, and then people dipped out. They dipped out in the first couple of episodes because it took a long time for that show to get set up. And if you did dip out, don't worry, the payoff sucked ass. It was a little bit different than a concept of a TVA versus 2 main characters of the movie. Also, Loki is a better show than both of them. She-Hulk, I'm horny. MCU fans, this is the worst thing that has happened to Western culture. This represents everything wrong with modern media. Tony Stark died for this. Deadpool, I'm horny. Ha ha, so funny and relatable. The MCU is saved. It's a funny joke versus her going through her single middle-aged love life that was sad and desperate. That show was not made for MCU fans. In fact, it was made to shit on people that are critical of Marvel. I stand by everything I said during the Marvels era about how y'all will hype male characters for doing the bare minimum, but fail to give WOC, which I think is women of color, their flowers for giving amazing performances. The Marvels was full of amazing performances. One of them was good, and that was the actress who plays Miss Marvel. I actually like her. I think that she is a good actress, and I think that she is a fan. As much as I don't like Miss Marvel, I do like her, and I think she's probably got some of the best responses to the BS, unlike that dude from the Eternals who said he had to get therapy because of the backlash. She's like, I don't worry about that shit. That's Bob Iger's job. I'm just here to have fun. Perfect. She's done a better job of handling things than grown men and women that have came before her. So that's where we're at. A lot of people very upset that Deadpool is being well received, but She-Hulk and the Marvels bombed. And it's sexism. That's why that's happened, not because the product sucked. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the videos. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.